In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my personal opinion on OddsJam after using it for several months at this point, just giving you my personal feedback and experience after using the service. Because I know that when you're first starting out, it might seem like a pretty big risk to sign up for it, especially when you're trying to find answers online. You really never know if it's a paid ad or like a company shill. But yeah, like I said, this is just going to be my personal experience and what you can expect signing up for OddsJam. So first, opening up the site, they'll start you off by telling you that you should claim sign up promos, which is something that I definitely highly agree with. If you go over to the promo finder tab, you'll see that just in my state, they have $2,800 to claim with 9 sports books alone. And some of these are only like $25, $10, right? So if you stick to the big ones, you could do like DraftKings, Fanatics, Caesars, BetMGM, and you would get like $2,500 in bonuses in, I don't know, you could do this in like 1 hour. And of course you would have to use arbitrage to cash them out. But even after you did that, you can turn $2,500 and keep probably like 1,500 to 2K of that if you're lucky. So yeah, that is pretty nice. Like you could take that straight to your bank account on day one if you wanted to. Sticking on the promos just for another second, they do have a promo converter, which is really nice because you can easily convert your promotions into cash risk free. Like they'll tell you what bets to place and what percent of your cash you'll be able to keep from that. So for example, let's say we do the BetMGM one. It's not the highest one, but whatever. We'll go ahead and choose this one. And then if we go ahead, this is just one example that they have for right now. Just a disclaimer, it is currently 11:21 a.m. right now. So there really aren't going to be a lot of bets. Usually you'll see numbers a lot higher than this, just because there are going to be games going on, unlike right now. But even if you were to just do this one, you can put 150 on BetMGM, which is of course your no sweat bet, and then 280 on Bovada, for example, and you would walk away with a third of your money. Going over to the plus EV bet section, as you can see, they have all their bets listed out over here. They do have live betting as well, but like I said, it is not a very pop-in time for these games right now. So yeah, as you can see, they only have one bet right now that is live, and it is not very good either. So just going back to pre-match. But yeah, one really nice thing that they have is the one-click bet, and basically it lets you, that it's in the name. You just click it and it will go ahead and open the bet for you without you having to scramble to find the bet. If you're new to sports betting, it might seem kind of intimidating to have to go search through the app really fast trying to find the bet, worrying that the lines are going to change. But if you do this, you can literally, like I said, just click the button and it will take you straight to the bet. All you have to do is go ahead, type in the stake, which it tells you over here. Obviously, you don't have to follow that if you don't want to. It's going to be based on your bankroll size. So go ahead, if I were sticking to what they were telling me, just go ahead, press in 240 and boom, press OK, and you would place the bet. I'm not logged in right now, so I'm not going to place it. But yeah, that is pretty much how that works. Another great thing too is both with the plus EV bets and the arbitrage bets, they offer a bet tracker, which I'll get into that right now because I don't think there are going to be any arbitrage bets at this time. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, not a lively time right now, so no arbitrage bets. But anyway, going over to the bet tracker, as you can see, they do have a pretty clean setup. Unfortunately, my bet tracker is not running for a reason that I've been holding off from you guys up until this point. And that is that I actually created my own arbitrage service a month or two ago. And this is not a promotion for it at all. Like, I'm not doing anything with it anymore. But I created it, and then I ended up signing for OddsJam, and I realized that OddsJam is honestly just so much more seamless, and it's honestly just a better service overall than what I ended up making. But Yeah, that's why I don't have this set up. I'll put a screenshot up of like some of my arbitrage gains on my account just so that way you can see that I do actually have results from this. But yeah, they do have a pretty nice just dashboard over here. You can see what your total profit is. They'll tell you what your profit margin per wager is. They'll visualize it for you pretty nicely, kind of like a stock portfolio even. They'll show you what your gains are over time. And yeah, overall, just a really clean layout. Over here, you just have a sportsbook screen in general to see odds from, different sportsbooks. You're probably not going to be on this very often. You won't really need it if you have your, filter set up in the plus EV section and arbitrage section. But it is nice to have it to just have an overall look at it. Over here, they do have some other tools too, like middles, low hold, and parlay builders. You probably won't need these when you're first starting out. Of course, you can also use the parlay builder if you want to. It is on here. I never really do parlays, so, not really going to speak on it too much if I don't have too much experience with it, but it is there if you want to try it. Then down here, they also have a bunch of calculators, which is really nice because, of course, arbitrage and plus EV betting is all just a numbers game and involves a lot of math. So if you go over here to, let's just say arbitrage, for example, you can go ahead and enter whatever your odds are and see what your profit would be. And of course, you can find something like this online pretty easily for free. Like, this is not just an OddsJam exclusive calculator or anything like that. Like, this is pretty run of the mill, but it is nice that they have it on the site for you to use. Since there aren't really any bets going on right now, like I said, since it's not a good time for it, as you can see over here, they'll tell you general times when you can find a good amount of bets, which is also nice. You can also set a peak time alert if you want to do that. But anyway, I'll throw up some bets that I did for last night, for example, and I'll show you what an arbitrage bet looks like on that end, what it looks like when you're actually placing it in the app. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the site. Like, you just got to go ahead, test it out. A lot of people might think that arbitrage betting is just too good to be true, which kind of it is. Like, it's not too good to be true, but it is in the sense that it's not going to last forever. No one is going to tell you that it's going to last forever. Like, OddsJam knows that it is not going to last forever. Realistically, if you sign up for all the sports books that are available to you, I'm in Illinois, so I'm lucky. This is a pretty good state to be doing it in. You have a lot of options. You'll be able to stay around for, several months, but you're not going to be able to do this for years and years and years and quit your job, of course. Like, this is not going to be your retirement. Like, you can't just arbitrage bet for the rest of your life. But it is a very, very good side hustle for when it does last. And honestly, I would recommend that everyone at least give it a try. Like, OddsJam gives you, I think, a 7-day free trial. So sign up, get some of those bonuses, and you'll realize that it honestly is a pretty easy way to make some good money. And even if you don't do that, at least get the sign-up bonuses, right? Like, if you're in Illinois, for example, like I was saying, you could get 2K worth of profit in just like a few hours maybe. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can go ahead, message me on Discord if you want to. My username on Discord is SmartArb, like I said, which was my own service that I launched. So go ahead, message me on Discord. If not, I have Telegram, which I'll go ahead. I forgot what my username is, honestly. I'll put that on the screen if you want to message me there. But yeah, thanks for watching.